Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are continuing our World's Best in Skincare series that I'm running here on the channel. Today we're taking a closer look at azelaic acid. I love a good azelaic acid in my skincare routine. It calms and soothes the skin, it's got some acne fighting benefits, it's fantastic at fading hyperpigmentation, dark spots and discoloration, and it's also a wonderful antioxidant. With all of those benefits, I genuinely believe there's an azelaic acid out there for everyone's skincare routine. However, lots of brands are now formulating their own azelaic acid serums, and it can be quite difficult to work out which are the best of the best, which is where this video hopefully comes in. Sit back, relax, and let's discover the world's best azelaic acid serum. Now, before we get into this video, just a quick reminder that whilst I'm applying the same metrics to each and every one of these products, this isn't a scientific study. These are just my thoughts, feelings and opinions, and I would love to know your views on any of the products mentioned today, so sound off in the comments section below. This style of video takes a whole lot of pulling together. We've got the research, the write-up, the editing, and if you like me, you like the channel, and you love this series here on Mad About Skin, if you could do me a favour and reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like, it would honestly mean the world to me. This is part of a series that we're running here, and I'll leave a link to the playlist in case you've missed any of the other videos. The vitamin C video has already got more than 1,000 likes, which is like mind-blowing, and the retinoid one is now over 900. I'd love to beat the number of likes on both of those videos with this one today, because azelaic acid, in truth, is my absolute favourite skincare ingredient. So if you haven't already, do me a favour, reach down and give this video a big thumbs up and a like. But I've got an awful lot to get through in this video, and I'm eager to just delve into some of these rankings. So let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. For the criteria, we have 4 metrics that we're going to be measuring each and every one of these products against. First up is formulation. You know, a product is only as good as its formulation, and with so many different azelaic acid products on the market, I think the ingredients that they formulate alongside the azelaic acid is really what sets some of these products apart. We're then going to move on to application. How do these products apply to the skin? How do they fit into a pre-existing skincare routine? And are there any issues with that? We're then going to come on to the performance itself. You know, let's be honest, the proof of the pudding with any topically applied skincare is the results that you're going to get. How do these products perform? How quick were they to deliver? And is there anything you guys should be aware of? And then finally, we're going to come on to the price point. We're going to mark each one of these out of 10 for a grand total of a score out of 40. This way we'll be able to work out which is the best of the best when it comes to best-selling azelaic acid serums. The product that I really want to kickstart today's video off with is the Ordinary Azelaic Acid 10% Suspension. Now, the reason that I'm starting with this is this was the first commercially available over-the-counter azelaic acid, and I think a lot of the hype that azelaic acid is getting now is because of the Ordinary and this fabulous product. If they hadn't come out with this beautifully affordable azelaic acid, I don't think a lot of us would have discovered this wonderful ingredient and now we're getting the great benefits for our skincare routine. So definitely kudos to the Ordinary for being really innovative with first including this ingredient. However, we're still going to mark it in a fair way against all of these different metrics. So let's start with the formulation first. So this is a 10% concentration of pure azelaic acid with very little else alongside it. It's in a silicone base, which will help to minimise the risk of any irritation from that azelaic acid, which I do like, but there's not a whole lot of other beneficial ingredients here. I think for the price point, that doesn't really matter. I'm going to come on to that later on in this assessment, but for the formulation, I'm going to give this a solid 7 out of 10. It kind of does what you expect it to do with that really transparent concentration of azelaic acid, but there's nothing really else alongside it. Now, when it comes to application, unfortunately, this is where the Ordinary fall down. So this product was the first commercially available one, so a lot of people fought through the issues they had with application because they wanted the results from their azelaic acid. But this product pills, it peels, it balls up. You can't really use it alongside a pre-existing skincare routine because of that silicone base. The silicones in here will minimise the risk of irritation from that azelaic acid, but it doesn't really pair well with the rest of your skincare routine. You can't put products on top of this, so it's quite limiting, which is why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I think it was game-changing and innovative when it was launched, but there's just better formulations and applications that have now been discovered and come to the skincare world. When we come on to performance, 7 out of 10. This worked really well. There's a reason that azelaic acid took the world by storm, because it genuinely works, and this product delivered so well. You don't get a whole lot of irritation and prickling from this product, which is sometimes what people report from other azelaic acid serums, so I love that, and it's relatively quick to act. You could be using this for about a month and you'll start to see that hyperpigmentation fade. You definitely get some calming and soothing benefits from about week 2, and it helped to improve my adult acne and kind of get on top of all of that. So I was really impressed with the performance of this product, which is why I think it gets a 7 out of 10. For the price point, honestly, 10 out of 10. Nothing else to see here. You know, The Ordinary, beautifully affordable. When this launched, it was ridiculously inexpensive. Now, there has been some price increases, but I think in the UK, this product retails at around £8, so you can get it under $15, which I think is a really fair price point for a mid-strength azelaic acid that is just kind of does what it says on the tin. You've got a sum total score of 29 out of 40 for The Ordinary, and whilst I'm sure there'll be other products that score higher, I feel like we're off to a really good start. The second product I want to talk about is this. This is the Facetheory lumizela A15 serum. Now, I actually moved in terms of my azelaic acid journey from The Ordinary onto this product, which is kind of why I want to talk about it next. So I said earlier that The Ordinary kind of was quite a basic formulation. You had your 10% concentration of azelaic acid, but really no other ingredients alongside that. It's the exact opposite with the Facetheory lumizela serum. It is packed full of beneficial ingredients. I'm going to give the formulation a 10 out of 10, and let me explain why. So you've got a 15% concentration of azelaic acid, though be mindful, in the US, because of regulations, it actually comes in a 10% concentration, so don't be alarmed if you see it in a 10% concentration rather than a 15. It's not because Facetheory are trying to dupe you, it's because of the regulations in various markets. But alongside the azelaic acid, you've got some colloidal oatmeal, which is going to calm and soothe the skin. It's anti-inflammatory like azelaic acid, so it works really well in conjunction with it. You've got some aloe to calm and soothe, minimise any prickling that you might get from the azelaic acid, and you've got some green tea, which is a fabulous antioxidant. This is really formulated to perfection to really boost the benefits you're going to get from the azelaic acid, which is still the star performer in this product. Moving on to application, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's a really, really nice product. It goes on as a really lightweight serum, disappears without a trace. It doesn't leave any tackiness, any stickiness behind. I just think it feels so, so good on the skin, which is why it's worthy of that 8 out of 10 score. In terms of performance, this just delivers. Honestly, it delivers every single time. Quicker acting than The Ordinary one, and I'd say it's one of the fastest acting azelaic acids on the market. If, like me, you're super impatient and you just want a product to work, this is going to be one that just delivers in super fast time. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 in terms of performance. Because of all of the azelaic acids I've used, this probably does induce the most prickling and irritation on first use. You know, after about 2 weeks of your skin accustomizing itself to azelaic acid, that will stop, but it's not the best in terms of those initial first couple of weeks, which is why I'm deducting just a few points. When it comes to the price point, 8 out of 10. I definitely don't mind paying more to get more, and I think you get a more advanced formulation with this, which is why I don't mind paying what is equivalent to like double the cost of the Ordinary product, because you're getting so much more for that formulation. 8 out of 10 I think is fair because it's not the cheapest product out there, but I don't mind paying for the speed of benefits and delivery and the additional benefits and ingredients that you're getting for it. So a grand total of 34 out of 40, and I think that's going to be a pretty difficult score to beat. Now let's come on to the Naturium Topical Azelaic Acid. I was in two minds just to include this because I know that Naturium solicits a lot of different emotions, both good and bad, and I covered my thoughts and feelings on this brand in a recent video that I want to leave a link to up there, so check that out if you want any more information. I thought though, you can't really do an azelaic acid video without including all of the best sellers, and one of the best selling azelaic acids is this one by Naturium. They do an emulsion and they do a normal azelaic acid, and we're talking about the normal one today because that sells better and I think was their original formulation in the line. So this is actually an azelaic acid derivative. So when we're talking about the formulation, you get two different styles of azelaic acid, pure form and derivative. This actually uses a derivative form. Now, that's not always a bad thing. I think sometimes we think derivatives are going to be more gentle, they're going to be less effective than the ingredient in its purest form. That's actually not the case with azelaic acid. A lot of studies have shown the derivatives actually penetrate a little bit better into the skin. You get enhanced benefits from it. I think some of these studies are in their infancy, but don't automatically, exclude derivatives thinking that you're not going to get the benefits. Actually, in some ways, they might be performing better than pure azelaic acid itself. In terms of the formulation, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It would be a ding 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 holy grail 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for a couple of things. First and foremost, they use a relatively high concentration of niacinamide alongside this, and I just don't think you need niacinamide in an azelaic acid serum. They don't pair that amazingly together, and you're probably getting niacinamide in the rest of your skincare routine, so it could risk increasing irritation, which I'm not all about. I also knocked a mark off because they don't make it clear on their website that this is actually a derivative form of azelaic acid. Do I think it matters? No, actually it might be beneficial, but I think as consumers we kind of need to know what we're using, so I think they could have a little extra clarity on the formulation itself, which is why I think an 8 out of 10 is very fair. When we come on to the application, this glides onto the skin. It is so beautiful. It's lightweight. It doesn't really clog the pores or have any issues if you've got particularly acne prone skin, and it won't weigh you down. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 because I will say it can be a little bit messy. It's one of the most liquid and runny of all the viscosities that we're talking about in today's serums, so bear that in mind. It can be a little bit runny, so I'm knocking a few marks off for that, but I had no issues with the application and it layers so well with the rest of your skincare routine. Coming on to performance, I'm going to give this another 8. Is this the theme here? I think 8. And this performed really well. It's maybe not as quick to act as, say, the Facetheory, and it doesn't have quite the same advanced ingredient profile. But you definitely do get some really good results from this. And I think, again, showing that those derivatives, by choosing a derivative, you don't have to compromise on the outcomes. It is super gentle on the skin, which I love. So if you're a bit nervous to try azelaic acid because you're worried it might be irritating, prickly on the skin, you can reach for this and you won't have any of those problems. So I think, again, a solid 8 out of 10. When we come onto the price point, I'm actually going to give this a 9 out of 10. I think this is really well priced for the formulation. You've got a derivative, an equivalent of a 10% azelaic acid derivative in this. You've got some other great ingredients alongside it. It's super applicable for all skin types, including the most sensitive. And it comes in at $20, which is equivalent of about £15, which I think is a really fair price point for what the brand is offering. So that gives a grand total of 33 out of 40, which is just 1 point lower than the azelaic acid serum by Facetheory. Now we want to come on to this product, the Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad Serum. Now, the reason I want to talk about this straight after that naturium one is this is also a derivative. Again, I don't think derivatives are necessarily meaning you're compromising on outcomes, but they're definitely better for people with a sensitive skin type because you get less redness and irritation when you first introduce this product. For the formulation, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The reason for this is I love the transparency. You're getting a 20% azelaic acid derivative, which is fabulous. It's a really nice formulation, but there's not many beneficial ingredients alongside the azelaic acid. Does there really need to be? No, but I don't think it can score as highly as, say, the Facetheory product, which has so many great beneficial calming and soothing ingredients. It kind of does what it says on the tin. You're getting a 20% azelaic acid derivative, which I like, and they're super transparent about that being a derivative. So I think an 8 out of 10 is a very fair scoring. We're then going to come on to application. This is so good. 10 out of 10. This is the exact sort of viscosity that I love in a product. It's almost like a gel serum, so it's easy to apply. It doesn't run everywhere, but it disappears without a trace. No tackiness, no stickiness, no film on the skin. It works beautifully with oily, acne-prone skin without breaking you out or clogging the pores, and it's just a wonderful. If all my serums could be in this texture, honestly, I would be in heaven. It is the nicest feel on the skin, and one of the main reasons that I keep going back to this product time and time again. Coming on to performance, it works. It just works. 9 out of 10. This definitely delivers. I don't think it's quite advanced as the Facetheory equivalent with those other beneficial ingredients, but it is super quick to act. You can use 1 bottle of this and you'll already see your hyperpigmentation lifting. Your skin will be brighter. It's got some great antioxidant benefits, and the performance, honestly, is just so good, which is why it's getting that 9 out of 10. And then finally, we're going to come on to the price point. 10 out of 10. Ding. It doesn't get better than this. So I paid £11 for this product, and I find that 1 bottle will last me like 2 months. For the quality of the formulation, the high strength azelaic acid derivative, and that beautiful texture, I think the price point is stunning. Honestly, they could charge double and I would still buy it, which is why I think it's totally deserving of full marks on that, which is why when you pull it all together, 37 out of 40. That is a sky high score, and honestly I think it's totally deserved. This is such a beautiful product. Now finally, I want to talk about this. This is the Revox Just Azelaic Acid 10%. So this is a pure form azelaic acid in a mid-strength concentration. This is ridiculously cheap, really easy to get your hands on, particularly in the European Union where this brand is based. So if you're an EU customer, you don't want the VAT, you don't want the customs charges and all of that, shop with Revox and you won't have any of those issues. In terms of the formulation, 8 out of 10. I think, it's very comparable to the Ordinary formulation, only it just delivers a little bit more. It's easier to layer into a skincare routine because it's not packed full of those silicons, but it is very much just a basic azelaic acid serum that glides onto the skin and just works so well. I think that 8 out of 10 is reflective of it being slightly better than the Ordinary in terms of the formulation, but kind of not game-changing like Facetheory. When it comes to that beautiful application, 10 out of 10. Honestly, this, Oh, so good. It's kind of a cream equivalent to that Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad. So if you like a serum, Geek and Gorgeous has got you covered. If you want something a little bit creamier, a little bit more hydrating, then I think Revox is great. Either way, you can apply it to the skin. It won't pill, it won't peel, it won't ball up. And I think this is the best dupe for that Ordinary Azelaic Acid serum that I mentioned earlier, because it has all of the great benefits with none of the drawbacks. So good. I'd love to be able to show you how this actually applies, but there's so little left because I use this all the time. If you see that, it's much creamier than that Geek and Gorgeous one, but still disappears without a trace, doesn't pill, doesn't ball up, and won't clog the pores. For the performance, we're giving it an 8 out of 10, which I think is not the quickest acting azelaic acid I've ever tried, but maybe that's because it's in a lower concentration than, say, like the Facetheory one. But it definitely works. After using one tube, you'll already be seeing the benefits, which is enough. It's enough encouragement to buy another tube straight away. Finally, price point, 10 out of 10. This, €5.50. Like, just let that sink in. €5.50. I paid £5 in the UK, which is absolutely amazing. If you can get it in the States, it's going to be less than $10. For a really nice, creamy, hydrating azelaic acid for that price point, I just don't think it gets better than this, for a sum total of 36 out of 40. So there you have it, guys. A summary of the azelaic acid serums. Our top two are these two. The winner by just 1 point was the Geek and Gorgeous A-Pad, which I'm delighted about because it's my personal favourite. Coming in second was the Revox Just Azelaic Acid that also scored sky-high marks. I'm delighted that both of these are actually the cheapest and most affordable of the azelaic acids, which kind of proves you don't need to pay sky-high prices to get amazing results. We don't compromise just because we shop drugstore. Actually, often the drugstore products are better than their luxury counterparts and equivalent, and hopefully it just thrills me that this video has kind of demonstrated that. Now, I know a lot of people won't want a standalone azelaic acid in their skincare routine. All the ones I've mentioned are standalone serums, which means that if you want to get your azelaic acid fix, it means adding another step to your skincare routine. There are two products that I personally love that have azelaic acid formulated within a more comprehensive serum. This is the Dr. Sam Flawless Brightening Serum. It's great because it's like an all-encompassing serum. It's got azelaic acid in here, some niacinamide, you've got some hydrators. It kind of acts like a moisturiser and serum in one. Absolutely stunning. Then I also created my own product, which is this, the Matter Out Skin Got You Covered Super Serum. This is a 5% concentration of azelaic acid alongside some great antioxidants. You've got some peptides, some vitamin C. You literally could get your entire skincare routine in one product and not have to miss out your azelaic acid. So if you're feeling a bit lazy, or you're in a rush, or you just want a super streamlined skincare routine, either buy this or the Dr. Sam one, and you'll get your azelaic acid fixed without necessarily needing to add another step to your existing routine. If you wanted to get your hands on this, you can do so with a 15% discount. Left a discount code in the description box below and links to where you can buy all the products mentioned today. So let me know your thoughts, feelings, opinions in the comment section, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.